My crafty friends, how is everyone doing today? Welcome, this is Sheree. I hope you're doing well. This channel is Turquoise Dreaming. This is my crafty channel, so crafting channel. So yeah, we have some fun here. We like to relax, chill, be a little silly, and do some crafting. And right now I'm moving my craft room from a room from my downstairs to a room in my upstairs. So yeah, we live in a two-story house, and yeah, I won't make the story any longer. Just that's enough, right? I'm moving up from downstairs to upstairs. So as I'm doing that, I'm going through things, and I've been having a destash, kind of a destash, you know, destash or two every week. So this week I have for you, I went through a lot of my kind of beads and things I make, bead dangles and beaded tassels, and things like that with. So here's what I have. I've sorted out some jewelry findings. I'm going to call them jewelry things to make jewelry with, and jewelry findings, and maybe there'll be a little something extra in here. But let me just show you what I got, because this is one D-stash. I'm going to put it all in a bag or a box or an envelope or whatever it fits in, whatever the most economical way to ship it in if someone would like it. I just want to offer it in my eBay shop, as I thought maybe if someone wants it, I'd rather, go ahead and offer it to someone, from that I know here on YouTube than to just give it to Goodwill, right? So I've got basically three. Here's a Ziploc bag. Here's another little bag. I recycled the cellophane from my scrapbook paper, so I had a couple of those saved, so there's some in here. This is another big Ziploc bag, so there's some in here. And then this is a jewelry, you use this if you make jewelry things. This is a bead organizer too. You get your beads organized on here, and you can make, if you're making a necklace or a bracelet, you organize your beads, and then you go ahead and put them on your whatever you're stringing them with. So yeah, I was making a lot of jewelry, or some jewelry at least, and I bought this with full intention of using it, and guess what? I never used it, not one time. I can't believe it. Like, I was so ready to use this and then never use it. I mean, look, it's so cool. But here's you can put your beads in here, and then as you use them, put them in your little grooves here. Really cool. There's some little compartments here. This one is it's a good size one, but not, horribly big. I mean, I had it in my craft room I think I had it in I'm trying to think. I had it in a drawer for a while where I have my beads, some beads and charms and things. And then I put it in my closet, just, turned it to its side and stuck it on the shelf. But still, never used it. So anyway, just to tell you what size it is in case you're wondering, because I've seen them in different, sizes. So this one, I'm just going to measure from here to here. The back has a little lip on it that sticks out a little bit. I'm just going to measure the top. So the top is approximately, I try to give you pretty much, it's, I'm seeing 8 3/4 across, but that's a little bit like 1/8. It's 1/8, say 1 inch short of 8 3/4 pretty much. So just round it off to 8 3/4, especially with that little lip underneath. And then the top is actually 12 inches long from top to bottom. And then you have this little lip that's like 1/8 of an inch here on the bottom. Just in case you are want to think of where you might put it in your craft room or craft area or whatever, craft storage. So yeah, that is the biggest thing. And then let me show you this next. These are Heishi beads, and they're in. I have them in this cellophane bag to keep them organized, and then I also have them in there in 2 separate little Ziploc bags. So these two right here, there's actually 4 things in this little bag, and these are two bracelets and 2 necklaces, that like chokers, that I made out of these Heishi beads. And I had one of my channels. I have 3 channels, and one of my channels I was doing jewelry on, but I'm not really doing jewelry anymore. I kind of, I don't know. I just kind of I mean, I still would like to do it, but I just decided to focus on the journals and the paper crafting. So I haven't, you know, and this is a lot anyway. Even if I was going to keep some of these, I wouldn't keep all these, but this is all I have right here. So this is, I think, the two, let's see, I think that's the two chokers. So you can see they're all different colors. So you can take these apart, but they do have the end here with a little kind of extender type chain, and then a lobster claw clasp over here that you can, you know, open up and clasp together. Where's the end? Onto that extender chain if you actually did want to use it as is, or you can take it apart and use it how you want. But so two necklaces, and then here's the two bracelets. They're all made the same way with a little, this side has a jump ring with the lobster claw clasp, and then this on the bracelets it doesn't have the extender, it just has a jump ring over here that you can attach, you know, and close with the lobster claw clasp there. So a little bracelet. So I got two of those. So that's what's in one of the little Ziploc bags here. Or yeah. And then in the other one is the original how I received the Haishi beads. If you don't know what Haishi beads are, they're little beads that are like, see how there's all different colors? They're a little thin round layer of whatever they're made out of. Some things, it says clay. When you buy these, it usually says clay. They kind of feel like plastic, but, you know, when I bought these, it said, I believe it said clay, but I don't know what they're really made out of. They kind of feel plasticky, but they're not like hard plastic. They're kind of a rubbery plastic, if they are plastic. But see, here's the necklaces and the bracelets. I'll put those to the side. And this is how I originally received them, like this. This is how they came. So these I never, see, they came with this little bead on the end and to keep them all together. So I originally got all of these strands right here that I worked from and made those. But I've got 1, 2, 3. That's a short one. I don't know if I used part of it or not. There's a bead on this end. I might have used some from this end and tore, you know, I mean, tied a little knot there. But there's a little short piece. Here's a long one. There's a lot here. All of this. I think I had ordered when I got these there, I ordered two different orders, like 2 different packages. And so you can kind of see they're all like multicolored, but see how these are a little bit more almost like brighter, even though these are bright colors, these are almost brighter. See, I don't know if you can see the difference between, say, this one and this one. I think this was from one order and this was from another order. And when I thought they would be more different than they were, but they kind of, like, if you didn't know they were 2 separate orders, you would think they're all the same, but they're actually 2 different orders. So, like, you can separate them out and make separate colors if you want, or just do like I did and use all the colors. But I have made, you can make earrings, little earrings with these, or mix them in with your other beads, things like that, whatever you want to do. But that's what's in this second baggie. And that was all in this cellophane bag just to keep everything contained. So, and then I've got 2 more baggies, 2 more, you know, bigger bags to show you. We've only just begun. So, just a second. Let me put, so this will be like this. And so I have big bubble envelopes, or I have, you know, these could go in a, sometimes I'll just see what they fit into and what's the usually most economical and safe way to mail something. So, the next bag I'll show you is this one. This is all beading string, you know, that elastic kind of clear string in here. So there's, maybe without taking them out, can you see? Well, I guess you can't really see through the plastic. Here's all the plastic kind of string. I just don't want it to unwind. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those. Some of these came with jewelry kits that I bought. And some of them I bought separate just to trying to get, they're all different weights and different thicknesses. You know what I mean? So I was, you know, sometimes I wanted a thicker, you know, stretchy bracelet cording, or sometimes I wanted thinner. So that's what that's all about. That's why I have so many. And some came with kits, like I said, jewelry kits. So, and then this is a wire. This I bought at Walmart. I remember looking for this. So if you want wire for your, or for any of your crafts, this is a wire. Let me see if I can tell you anything about it real quick. Permanently colored wire. It's kind of a silver color. You can see that. You can see that pretty good. There's a lot on there. I used hardly any of these. I didn't use a lot of any of these. So there's a lot on all of these. There's a ton. Mostly of whatever was on there is still on there. 16 yards, I think it says. And I really can't read the rest of it because it says small. But just take my word for it. You can see right here. If you are familiar with beading wire. That's a thin beading wire, but it, you know, it's wire, so it's strong. And then I have put this in there too. This is a spool of ball chain. So you see the little ball chain there? Little tiny ball chain. And it's a whole like string of it. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's any that's separated. I don't think so, or else it would be coming off of here. But yeah, it's a long, so you can cut, you can kind of like cut it as long as you need it. And I was using this for something, but I'm not using it anymore, so. Just trying to, you know, destash some things I'm not using, and, you know, trying to do that the best way possible. So the third bag and last bag is this right here. So another cellophane bag. I do have in here something that's not really jewelry related, but I went ahead and stuck it in here because I was cleaning out this area I was cleaning out. They were in there. These are just some little white pom-poms. Just separate, you know, little balls, the pom-pom balls that you can craft with. So those are in here in this bag. This is a little container of what you call, if you're familiar with jewelry making and you've made necklaces and bracelets before. These are, I believe they're called crimps. So they're little things that you put on the end before you put on your clasp, I think it is. Around that time you put on your clasps, and the ends of your, where you're going to clasp your bracelet or necklace together, you can use these. And it just, you know, your wire goes under there and it's a whole thing. But anyway, there's like a million in here, and there's every color you could ever want. Silver, like a bright silver, a kind of a, you know, like a nickel type color silver, bronze, and it's kind of like a pewter, whatever that color is, and a bright gold there. And you turn this little top till there's an opening right here, so you put that opening over the one you want and get what you want out of there. But again, if I probably took 4 out of here and used it, and the rest is still in there. So that is in this bag. This is a little what's left of a jewelry kit. So it's called Sunny Clue. Start your craft journey. And what is in here is some what's left in here. The whole kit is not in here because I did make some earrings out of this. This is an earring kit. So you've got little leather pieces here like this that you can put on an earring hook. So there are these little leather, like this is 2 of them. Okay, see, it's the little like teardrop pieces. Like that, little leather earrings you can make. They're really cute. You can layer them with I'm trying to think of, you can layer the actual, say these pieces right here, the leather pieces. I'm just going to show you an example real quick in case you're not a jewelry maker but you think you might want to try this. See, if there's not a hole, let's see. If there's not a hole, you can punch a hole, but you can layer them like this. Say put these two pieces together and then make your holes and put an earring hook through there, and it's that simple to make an earring. You probably need a jump ring and then an earring hook, but you know, stuff like that. Or you can add a little, say a flat charm in front of here. Oh, here it is. I can see the hole here. I can see the hole here. There's a hole there, but it just needs to be punched through with a little pokey tool. So anyway, you can put a little charm on here, a little flat charm, and put your, you know, your jump ring through that and your earring hook. So yeah, I did make some earrings out of here, and as you can see, different colors to work with and different sizes. So I think I made, I think I made 2 pairs of earrings out of this kit, and the rest is here. The jump rings are not here, but there's some, I think there's, I'll make sure, but I don't think the jump rings are here, but I think I have some earring hooks here. I'll show you everything that's in here in just a second. Let me get this back in here. Yeah, this is how it originally came to me in this little blue bag that I just showed you. These little Ziploc bags. This is how it comes. I think this is from BB Craft, I think, if I remember right. So that, here's some instructions. See, I give you a little. They really don't give you instructions. They give you pictures and examples. See, here's one with a charm of what you can do. So they just kind of give you pictures of what you can do, and then you kind of figure it out. They really don't give you instructions. It's kind of funny, but it's, you know, pretty easy. So here's another little packet of the leather pieces. There's some round ones right there, so it'd be cute to put those together. Maybe that's why they put them in there together in this little tiny Ziploc bag, so you can put those together as earrings. And then here's a little bag, Ziploc bag of the, let me see what's in here, just the silver earring hooks. So there's a bunch in there. So that is what's in there. And then there's a bunch of stuff in this bag. So, oh, here's, let's see. Here's some little silver chain. So you can also use that to make earrings and things like that, jewelry, or whatever you want to use it for. But there's a little silver chain in there. There's some little gold chain in here. You've got the silver, you've got the gold, and this is some little tiny gold jump rings. So those could go with the, you know, any gold jewelry you want to make. Oh, here's some little silver earrings, so you could use those possibly with some of the jewelry. Sometimes you'll need bigger ones, so like with the leather pieces, you would need bigger ones. These would be too small. But you know, if you make jewelry, you probably have some stuff. Or if you're just getting started, you could get this bunch of stuff and then get whatever you need to go along with it, like just some jump rings, and you can make bigger jump rings. So I've got a package of the letter beads here. I've used these, but I don't use them enough to keep them, is my thought. That's why they're in here. So there's still a lot of letters in there, as you can see. It looks like I got these from maybe BB Craft. So yeah, lots of letters in there. There are, you know, probably just about every letter you could need. I'm trying to see. I see P's. I see an D's. I am trying to see. There's an O right there. I mean, there's just so many. I can't. There's probably every letter's probably in there, but I can't guarantee it because I did use a few, but there's still a lot in there. Okay, next I've got some. These are bronze earring hooks. So they're just like the fish hook in there, and there's a bunch. And then these are, let me see. Oh, these are meant to go with that. There's some in here, a little ball chain, but that ball chain, that spool of ball chain that I showed you, these are meant to go with that. They're the little pieces that you hook the ball chain onto the little end piece, and you can hook them together. That's what these are, I believe. And there's actually some ball chain in there too, but I think I got some extra. So I think that'll fit in here because it's small, and these are small. And I think I got those at the same time, if I remember right. Not 100% guaranteed, but I think that's what that is. It all goes together. Now the Haishi beads or Hishi beads, whatever, Haishi, that I did use, the extras from the strand I opened, are right here in this little Ziploc bag. So these are loose ones right here. So if you didn't want to take apart the ones that are together right away and you wanted to make something, like just put some on a little, you know, eye pin and just make some little earrings or something, just to start out with something small. There's a bunch right there. And then this is something I got, but like I ordered these and I thought they were beads, but they're not. They're cabochons. They're really cute, but I haven't used them, and I hate to part with them, but I just haven't used them, so I'm going to part with them. But they're like little M&Ms. They look like M&Ms. They don't have a hole. They're just flat on the back, like flat back little cabochons that you can, you know, glue onto something, put into something. If you have some little, I don't know, metal pieces or something you want to put them into, or glue them onto something else. I mean, you can glue them onto paper or anything with the right kind of glue. So, as you can see, I don't think I ever used any of them because I wanted beads, and I think they even called them beads in the listing, but when I got them, they didn't have a hole in them. So all different colors in there. They're really pretty. They look like M&Ms. They're really cute. So those are in there. And the last thing is, oh, this is a bag of odds and ends. So I just had, you know, I'm sure everybody has a little something with odds and ends in it. So there's some little beads in here. There's a bunny charm in here, a little silver bunny charm right there, just so I don't have to take everything out of the bag. That silver, see, I'm gonna dump it everywhere if I'm not careful. But there's a little silver bunny charm, and I don't think it has a hole or anything to attach. So it's another thing you just need to glue down, I believe. Let me take it out. The rest is little beads and some little metal pieces and things like that. But it's not a lot. Just a few little odds and ends I had in a bag. So yeah, this is just something you might want to glue down unless you can poke a hole in it somewhere. But this little metal bunny, and then it's kind of hollow on the back. I don't know where I got that. And then this is a little kind of like a ceramic, but you can paint it a little bunny. This is a bunny. I don't know if you can tell. It's white, and you can paint it, leave it this color, whatever you want to do. Paint it different colors. It's holding a little heart right there. So, and I did have another one of these, at least one more, and I glued it down onto something. So it does glue down. And then this is another, here's a bead that came out of there. I'm going to put that back in there. And then this is a little bunny. I think this is wood. A little bunny pin. See, it's got the pin on the back. So you could possibly take the pin off, I don't know, or just hook it onto something, like tie it on with the little pin piece there. But, or use it as a pin. But pin it onto something. But it's a little wooden bunny. It's gray. It's got a little tail, little eye, nose, pink nose. It's cute. But just something I thought, you know, while I was cleaning out, you know, kind of just thought, I could keep it and I could use it, but I thought, you know, I wanted to include some things that, you know, weren't just totally practical, you know, some things that you would like. So I just kind of just, you know, put things in here, and I'll show you. I'm going to do another updated tour of my craft room soon as far as where I'm at. So I have brought some more stuff up, but I haven't brought everything up yet. But I brought it's like one of those shoe racks, or whatever you want to call it, that go on hang on the back of your door, the little organizer with the pockets, you know. That's what all this stuff was in. And I wanted to bring that up, but there was a lot in there. So I was kind of like, I wanted to bring it up, but I knew it was going to take some time. And so I finally did it. I finally took everything out of it, went through it. And because I knew I wanted to destash some of it too, so that I finally did it, and it's up here now, all organized. So I'll show you at some point. It was good to get it reorganized too, and get like things together, because it, again, as you have something like that, no matter what you have, as you bring more things home through the years, it's not like you immediately organize and get all your like things together. You kind of just put things wherever they fit. At least that's what I did. Even though they're in the right general area, they were in the pockets. It just like, I had like 5 or 6, I'll show you when I show it to you, when I show you my progress video, but I had like 5 or 6 little packages of sunflower beads. And they're all in different pockets. They're all in the pockets. They're in the right area, but they're all in different pockets. So now I got them all in one pocket. So I'll show you that. It's funny. It was funny because I was like, wow. I knew I had some sunflower beads, but I didn't know I don't think I knew I had that many. So definitely don't need to buy any sunflower beads. So it's kind of funny when you get things, do stuff like that where you reorganize and you figure out exactly how many of something you have. So, since you've brought them home through the years, right, from thrift stores or wherever you've got them, from bead companies and things. So anyway, this is going to be in my eBay shop, all one package, like I said. I think I'm going to do, it's a literal destash. Like, I just want someone to have it that can use it. So I think I'm just going to be like $5 plus shipping. It's just, I'm not trying to make any money. I just want to, I'm not making any money. I'm sure I paid, I think I paid $10 just for this. So I'm certainly not making any money on it. But, I feel like, if it goes to a good home, that's somebody that wants it or needs it, you get a bunch of stuff here for cheap, and yeah. So, and if nobody wants it, if it stays in my shop too long, things like this that I'm destashing, if it stays in my shop too long, it's not going to be in there forever. It's going to Goodwill. So if you want any of the destash things that I've put in my shop, I would say go ahead, if you can, go ahead and get them, because, and I can reserve it for you. If you want any of these destash things, let me know. Like, say, I can't get it this week, but I can get it at the end of the month or something. I could reserve it for you. So, yeah, that's an option. But I would need to know, so I don't take it out of my shop and give it to Goodwill, or, decide to use it myself, or whatever, give it to someone. That, like, if I meet someone and I say, they start talking about jewelry making, I'd be like, oh, I have all this stuff in my shop, I'll get it and give it to you, type of thing. So yeah, you know what I mean. So I just don't want it here forever. I want it out, because I don't want to store it anymore. I need the room here. So I hope this all makes sense, and that you enjoying the destashes. And I'm sure there'll be more to come. And so stay tuned for those. I'm getting them together as soon as I can. And I'll talk more about it later. I don't want to keep just blabbing here, but I'll talk more about, my thoughts in the process of moving a craft room, and the things that I've, not really any problems or anything, just all that it entails. It kind of entails more than you think about at first. It's going to be a lot of work, but it kind of like the whole thought process of it, doing it in a kind of organized way, is something that develops along the way. So thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video, and have a great day.